All right. Okay, sixth grade, our objective today and Monday is to finish up reviewing for your cumulative exam. This is the last big test of the year, so we just want to make sure we address the concepts today and Monday that you guys asked about yesterday. And if there's anything else that you thought of, make sure you let me know. Today's going to be more of a discussion review day. Monday's going to be the review game. And then the Emmas reminded me, you guys have Tuesday off next week, so this test keeps getting pushed back. So for real, the test is going to be Wednesday and Thursday next week, and then we'll kind of move into another concept, which I will let you guys vote on when you're done taking the test next week. That way I have a day to prepare for it. We're going to start today with going over the warm-up, okay, finish up the review answers, and then I have some extra problems we're going to talk about based on what you guys told me yesterday. Sean? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. What I'll do, and I'll tell you that Wednesday, I'll grade from like 1 to 40 maybe, and I'm making that up. I need to look at them. Basically, I will pick based on the students in here. I'll kind of base it on the middle student pace-wise, you know. That way I can get them graded, like starting to grade them, and you can see how you're progressing. Yes. And then the bonus I won't have you guys do until you finish the test. Mary? You should probably, I guarantee you'll all be close to getting A's anyways. Okay? I would love that, but listen, let's finish up this, then we'll talk about that. Okay, if your hand is up, is this related? Donatus, and don't say anything. Annalise, is this related? Go ahead. Wait till I get to it. I'm getting there. Okay, hands down, let's go over the warm-up. Okay, number 1, Charles, what'd you get? No. Doug? No. Emma H? Good job, thank you. Okay, Emma M, number 2, X and Y intercepts. Good job today. Much better. Make sure they are all ordered pairs. You should not have on your paper X equals 16 and Y equals 4. Make sure you have them as ordered pairs. Sean, number 3. It's good, 150. Briar, number 4. I don't know what I was doing. Good. X equals 12, Y equals 6 square root of 3. Nice job. Alyssa, the second part of number 4. Square root of 4, which equals 2. So Alyssa, on that one, whenever you did square root of 8 divided by square root of 2, you get square root of 4, which reduces to 2. And I can do that if you don't know what I'm trying to say. Either way, you end up with the same answer no matter which way you do it. There's just a lot of simplifying if you do it that way. Sean? Yeah. Okay, I'll go over it. Can I move the answers, guys? Everyone saw them? Okay, so Sean, negative x minus 4y equals negative 16. So for the x-intercept, put 0 in for y. Okay, so you have negative x minus 4 times 0 equals negative 16. 4 times 0 is 0. So negative x equals negative 16. And then divide by negative 1. Okay. You can do it that way, but you end up making much more work for yourself. Do you want me to put it in y equals form so you can make sure you did that right? Okay. All right, let me know if you change your mind. Charles. Charles, are you trying to use your calculator program and it probably got messed up? All right. All right, so ready? So you have the balance for compound interest equals the principal, and then in parentheses, 1 plus r raised to the t. So you'd have 2200 in parentheses 1 plus 0.04 squared. So you would add the 1 and the 0.04, you get 1.04, square it, and then multiply that by 2,200. They tell you that the interest is 4%. Oh, you mean interest equals pert? Is that what you're asking me? No. If it's just regular interest, it's interest equals principal times rate times time. Oh, I gotcha. So if they gave you the balance, how do you find the interest? If they give you the rate, that is the interest. I did not. I see what you're saying. That formula you'll learn when you take a finance or accounting class. That's a more complicated formula. I did not teach you that this year. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. I thought you meant regular interest. That's something when I got my MBA that we studied a lot in my finance classes. So much more complicated than the pre-algebra formulas that we've learned. Okay, now that I got that clear. Anyone else on the warm-up? Donatus? You forgot? Okay. All right, so let's go back to the review. I want to go over the rest of the answers, and then I'll come go over any questions you guys have. Then I'll address the concepts that you weren't sure of. If you did not show me your whole review yesterday, please make sure you show me that at some point today or Monday. I gave you guys 15 points for doing that. It's a lot of points. So if you didn't show it to me, make sure you do. All right, let me shut these lights off so we can see better. Jeremy, you almost done? You're still working? Okay. All right. We left off with number 182, okay? 182, the distance is 13. 183, the distance is 5. 184, the distance is square root of 5. 185 is -5, -1. 186 is 10, 10. 187 is -2, comma 0.5. Annalise. But it asks you to find the distance. But did you read the directions? It says find distance. Just make sure whenever it says find distance, you use the distance formula. Okay. Emma H., did you have your hand up? Okay. You okay? You kept getting what? Okay. Anyone need me to do any of these up to 187? All right, let's flip over. 188 and 189 are just putting numbers in order. So 188 is 2.6, comma 21 over 8, comma square root of 7, comma 2 square root of 2, comma 2 and 7/8. 189 is 3 square root of 2, 19 over 4, 4 and 4/5, and then 4.85. Annalise? Yeah, I don't, besides just telling you to put them in decimal form, I'm not sure how else to explain that. Okay, so 2 and 7/8, you should have changed, if you change that to okay, you got that one right. 2 square root of 2, you got that one. 2.6 is just 2.6. Square root of 7, Annalise, is 2.646. And then 21 over 8 is 2.625. So all you need to do is use your calculator, convert them to a decimal, and then put them in order from least to greatest. The 9th graders just took their Keystone exam the past 2 days, and it's funny, they had problems like this on the Keystone exam, and sometimes they would tell them, put them in order from greatest to least instead of least to greatest. So FYI to you, just make sure you're reading carefully on any standardized test because they're going to try to trick you. I won't have you next year when you take that Keystone exam, so just wanted to let you guys know about that. Next year because you're going to be in algebra. Yeah, I wish I had you because I have so many good Keystone practice problems, but they took me away from you and I'm not happy about it. Okay, Annalise. After you graph both of them, you go to second trace, number 5, enter, enter, enter. But you need to have 2 graphs. Okay? All right, number 190. A is 207. 191. C is 84 square root of 2. 192. Y is 10. And X is 10 square root of 3. So this one is X. Alyssa. Yes, definitely. Yes. Annalise. For C, what is C? You mean for 190? Okay. Well, you're not looking for the hypotenuse in number 1. Are you talking about number 190 or 191? Okay, you're looking for a leg. The hypotenuse is across from the right angle. No. So I think you just set it up wrong, Annalise. It should be 305 squared equals 224 squared plus A squared. So you're looking for A, which is a leg. The hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. Okay. Anyone else on this page? Some of these are a little tricky, so please ask if you're not sure. Jeremy, where's your review? Take your review out, okay. All right. So next page, 193. X is 13, Y is 13 square root of 2. 194, B is 9. 195, Y is 27, X is 27 square root of 3. Annalise? But do you know that those other angles are 30 and 60? No. So you got to make sure you're careful when you look at what you're given, because they're going to try to trick you, especially when you guys take geometry in 2 years. They're going to mix everything up. No, it has nothing to do with the size that they are. You can't assume that they're 30 and 60. We don't know what the other 2 angles are, so you can't guess. Okay, Pythagorean theorem is used for any right triangle to find missing side lengths. Special right triangles, okay, are used to find missing angles or sides. Now, SOHCAHTOA that Emma keeps bringing up, SOHCAHTOA can be used to find both sides or angles. Maybe that's what I'll show you guys after the cumulative, because that's interesting too. So, all right, anyone else up to 195? Okay, we get into the confusing stuff. Some of you guys left these blank. I'm not sure why. 196, 197, 198. All these were extended ratios. So all you had to do for 196 was take, it is obese, 1x plus 3x plus 6x equals 180, and then solve for x. So add everything up, you get x is 18, and then plug 18 back into the extended ratios, and as Charles calls it, we get that it's an obese triangle. Just kidding, it's obtuse, because one of the angles is more than 90. So 197 is a right triangle, and 198 is an acute triangle. Zach? Oh. That works. You could do that. You can do that. Nice job. It's easier that way. Nice job, Zach. Very good. He took the sides, and if the hypotenuse squared was greater than the sum of the legs squared, it's obtuse. If the hypotenuse squared is you're given all 3 of them. It still works, though. It still works the way he did it. But yeah, typically that's with, it is, but typically that's with sides. But it works. I would still do the way we do this, just because in geometry in 2 years, this is how you guys will always set it up. And you'll have to find other missing things. So, very interesting. And actually, Zach, you didn't even square them. You just said 9 equals 4 plus 5, right? Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Mary. Yes, it does. 9 equals 4 plus 5. Look at the sides for 197 are 4, 5, and 9. So he took the biggest one, which is the hypotenuse, which is 9. He didn't square them. He did 9 equals 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. No, he didn't square them. He just kept them normal. Their angle measures. So he kind of stretched the theorem a little bit. Do not do it that way, but it works. Is all I'm telling you. Because in geometry, you will not do it like this at all. So don't do it that way. Annalise, you don't need to do it that way. Just ignore that. No, don't do it that way. Okay, guys, listen. Zach, you're good. That worked. But guys, don't try to figure that out. Do it this way. The extended ratios where you put an X on it. Hold on. Because they're angle measures, you need to do the 5x plus 14x plus 17x equals 180 because there's 180 degrees in a triangle. Okay? Do it this way because when you have geometry in 2 years, you will always use the equation like this. Okay? Mary. These are angle measures, not sides. So he kind of stretched the theorem a little bit. Annalise? They come from us writing them. Because it's an extended ratio. So whenever it's a ratio, it just means something times that ratio is equal to the total amount of degrees. A ratio is not the measurement. A ratio is just us comparing the angles. So the comparison of these angles is 1 to 3 to 6. That doesn't mean that the angles are 1, 3, and 6. It just means that that's how we compare them. So you have to put an X next to them because when you put an X next to them, you're multiplying that same value by each of the ratios and you're setting it equal to 180, which is how many degrees are in that triangle. Okay? All right, 199, you get 45 yards squared, 220 feet squared, 201, 14.12 millimeters. Yeah, that's okay. Questions, Mary? For which one? 22 instead of 220? Did you have a 40 in here or a 4? Okay. Did you have a 5.5 here? Okay, half times 11 is 5.5. I think you forgot about the 11, which is the height. Okay, so then somehow you forgot about the 11, though. So you had 1/2 times 40 times 11. So did you do 40 times 11 divided by 2? Or did you type in your calculator 0.5 times 40 times 11? Why don't you type it in again? You'll get 220. 0.5 times 40 times 11. I think she forgot about the 0 and she didn't realize it. Okay? Annalise. That does not matter. Depends on whether you use the pi button or how you rounded pi or how you rounded the square root. I mean, there's many different variances here. Adam? Which one? Okay, so Adam, the area is 625, which is equal to pi r squared. So the second step is divide both sides by pi. So did you take 625 divided by 3.14? No, because this is not squared. But the pi is not. So you can't square root both sides because the pi is not squared. In order of operations, save that to the end. You divide first, then you square root both sides, because then you're only square rooting 2 things. The way that you did it could work, but you should have square rooted pi, and you probably did not. That's the problem. So my point is, I didn't teach it to you that way. Don't do it that way. I don't want you to get confused. Alyssa? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But after you divide by pi, take the square root of 199.04 or whatever you rounded it to. Anyone else? Sure? Okay, 202. Okay, 216 centimeters squared. 203, 896 inches squared. 204, 50.24 inches squared. 205, 141,551.2 millimeters squared. The end, but I'm sure those were hard for some of you. Okay. Annalise, I'll start with you. Go for it. Okay, good. Okay, let me wait till I answer these from people, then I'll come back to you. Mary? You get 205 totally wrong? Is that what you just said? Okay, Mary, did you start with finding L, which is the slant height? You got that wrong? Okay, that's why your whole thing's wrong then. So basically, when you draw your triangle from here, okay, the height is 252. This whole base is 230. So if you divide that by 2, you get 115. So then you need to find the hypotenuse. So 252 squared plus 115 squared equals the hypotenuse squared. So basically, when you solve all that, your slant height is 277. And then I'll let you fix it, Mary, but the formula is the area of the base plus 1/2 CL, because it's a circle on the bottom. So Mary, just take a couple minutes. Since that was wrong, go ahead and see if you can recalculate it. If you don't get it, put your hand back up. Charles? Yes, you may. Emma? 203. Okay. So area of the base, did you have 14 times 14? Okay, but do you have your work written down or no? But you don't have any of this stuff? All right, so let me just explain that. So area of the base is 14 times 14 plus 1/2 times the perimeter. So 1/2 times the perimeter is 4 times 14 times the slant height, which they gave you, which is 25. So when you calculate each side, you get 196 plus 700. I recommend just, okay, instead of side times side. Okay, it's a square, so. You might want to at some point try that again to make sure you're clear on how to do a square pyramid. Anyone else on these problems? Zach, you okay with those? Because Zach, you were out during this point. Are you okay with those? Okay. Jeremy, did you do these ones? Okay. He was out during chapter 10, during all that hard stuff, yeah. Zach, you sure? Okay. That part is hard, but guess what? Geometry in 2 years, you guys have an advantage because no one else goes into geometry being that good at surface area and volume. So you do have an advantage, I promise. Doesn't it? But it really wasn't. I agree. Okay, Annalise, what number do you need me to go back to? Okay. No. No. That was a supplement. I added that from algebra. I can revisit it today. Annalise was asking about mutually exclusive, overlapping, independent, and dependent. You guys did really well with those. Or means add, and means multiply. It was probability stuff. Then also means multiply. That permutations and combinations are also not on there, but I'm going to talk about it today. Guys, I added all that from the algebra book, so I don't expect you to remember all of that as well. Yes. And volume. We have to go over some volume stuff. This is pretty much it besides volume. It's hard to put every little thing on here. Okay, Annalise, 102 is the problem that we talked about yesterday.
I know the answer, but I got the answer right, but what my question was, when I watched the video yesterday, you guys were turning up repeating decimals and fractions.
Correct. That's because that was the question. So all you're doing is long division. You're just doing 1 divided by 15. You just do long division. Leave the 4 alone. So the 15, Annalise, would go outside the fraction bar. and then you put a bunch of zeros in.
I was concerned that when you got the answer of 4.0,
Yeah.
how would you turn that into
You don't. You just want to keep that. It says write the fraction or mixed number as a decimal. So you're taking the mixed number and you're writing it as a decimal. You would do the opposite. So that's why on the video, do you understand how to do this? Okay. So if you were doing it the opposite way, you have 0.06 and the 6 is repeating. This one I would not give you on the test to turn into a fraction because I didn't teach you how to do it if just this number is repeating. All I taught you guys how to do was, let's just use this one, if just that's repeating or just this is repeating. I did not teach you how to change this to a fraction if just the second number is repeating. So you won't have to do that on the test. It's just like the ones on the video. I'm not going to give you anything new. It's only things we've done in class. I will not, that's not fair. Okay? But, hold on. But if you want to do 0.06 repeating, your calculator converts it for you. If you type in 0.0666666666 all the way to the end, I can't say that, and hit math, frac, enter, enter, it will change that to 1/15 for you. So anyways, you will never, after pre-algebra, you'll never have to do that by hand anyways. It's a, yeah, I see what you're asking. All right, Sean. Yes, I have one page of the test that has no calculator, and some of it will be long division. Some of it will be putting numbers in order. It's kind of like chapter 5 when you had to divide without a calculator. It's not hard though. So yes, some of them, and I will tell you more of that on Monday. I'll hold the test in front of me and tell you. But there is one page that's no calculator. Briar. Yes. Yep. Yep. Jeremy. Yeah, you only had to do one line of it. Okay, Alyssa. It's in numerical order. So the only thing I really messed up were the last couple. I changed the order of 7, 8, 9, 10. But they're in numerical order from 1 through 10. So 10 is the last one, kind of like the review. Annalise. Yep, I'm going to do one like that today, but go ahead. No, it says they're congruent. That symbol means congruent. So, yeah, so this means this is congruent and this is similar. And, go ahead, Annalise. Yes, I was just going to say that. So if they're similar, the sides are in proportion, but the angles are exactly the same. If they're congruent, the sides and angles are exactly the same. Okay? Okay, anyone else? Okay, I want to talk about permutations and combinations, but it's not on the test. Can someone tell me, what does a permutation mean? This is all probability stuff. Alyssa, what does a permutation mean? Good. Permutation is when order matters. What does a combination mean? Justin? Good. Order doesn't matter. Can you guys give me an example in real life of when you would use a permutation? Give me an example, Briar. Good. So a lock. If you're trying to get into someone's locker, that's a permutation. The order you put those numbers in matters, or it won't work. Justin? Good. A password to someone's email or someone's account. Adam? What do you mean? Encyclopedias? Okay. You mean like the order of the pages? The order of the events. Gotcha. Okay. I just needed more explanation. You're exactly right. Mary? Good. A display. Annalise? Yes. Awesome. Combination. I want to hear 2 examples of a combination. Donatus, what's one? We just talked about this. You need to get with us. Shh, quiet. No, that would matter. Because if you're standing in line to get tickets for the Stanley Cup or the Penguin playoff game, and whoever's in line first gets the better tickets, it would matter. And you know, last year, the 6th graders I had to alternate boys and girls because they fought to be in the front of the line. It was very annoying. It is. No, they wanted to be in the front so they can get on the bus first. So Donatus, maybe not to you, but to some students, they really want to be in the front of the line. 9th graders run down to the cafeteria to get into the lunch line. That matters to them. Sean. Yep. Yep. Good. Exactly. The order that they put them in that bag or the toppings, it doesn't matter. You're still getting what you ordered. Briar. Go ahead. Okay, I'll come back to you. Justin. Yes, good. Good. Like a bouquet of flowers. The order that you arrange them doesn't matter. You're still getting that bouquet. They're still all in there. Very good. Mary, last one. Good. Equal prizes. If like when I came in from getting married and I brought fruit snacks in for you guys, pretzels, the order that I give them to you doesn't matter. It's all the same. Okay? Now, the prizes are the same thing. If I came in with $5 for all of you, the order I handed out doesn't matter. You're all getting the same thing. Okay? I'm going to be fair and give it to all of you. Good. Very good, Mary. All right. Alyssa, what property is this? Don't yell it out, anyone. It's okay if you forget. I just want to see what you guys remember. Zach? Okay, you got it. Sorry, Zach. Commutative what? Hey. Good. Commutative POA. Emma H. What is this one? Good. Property of what? Good. I know it's common sense, but you got to say it. Inverse property. When you add opposites, you get 0. Annalise, what's this one? Good. Tell me why. Good. The order you add numbers or the order that you group numbers does not matter. Okay, Jeremy, how about this one? Good. Multiplication property of 0. Adam. Good. And it also could be called the multiplicative property of -1. You don't have to call it that. When you multiply something by -1, you get its opposite. Okay, Charles, what's this? Good. Identity property of multiplication. Justin, what's this one? Thought I messed up, but I didn't. Nope. Good. Why is it identity? Good. When you add 0, you still get itself. Awesome. Adam. Jeremy and Doug. Sure. All right, ready? Since summer's coming up. Vacation. Okay. I have the word vacation. My question is, what is the probability that the chosen letter is a vowel? The word is vacation. What is the probability that we choose a vowel? Annalise? Good. 4/8, which is 1/2. My next question is, how many different ways are there to arrange the letters in the word vacation? I want first the process of how to do it. So I need the setup. How many ways are there to arrange the letters in the word vacation? I want this set up first. Adam? Okay. Okay. 20,160? Can someone confirm that? I think that that's right. Okay. So but the point of this is I want you guys to remember, you put how many letters there are on the top, you divide by the amount of repeats. There's 2 A's, so you divide by 2 factorial. All right? Next. Hey. Emma's. Charles, sit down. Okay? My next question. What are the odds in favor of choosing the letter A? What are the odds in favor of choosing the letter A? I'm doing all the probability stuff with one problem. Odds in favor and odds of choosing A. No. No. Odds in favor, Alyssa. Tell me what it was before you simplified. Good. It's 2/6, which is 1/3. Odds in favor and odds against never uses what? Never uses the total. Odds in favor. There are 2 A's. Over, there are 6 letters that are not A's. The odds in favor of choosing an A is 1-3. Okay, I'm getting there. Okay, what are the odds against choosing the letter N? What are the odds against choosing the letter N? Briar. It is. The odds against choosing N. Okay. Hey, there are 7 letters that are not N. Over, there's 1 letter that is N. Okay, so the odds against is 7-1. Questions on odds against, odds in favor? Jeremy. That was the odds in favor. Yep. There are 6 that are not A's. You know what I mean? Odds never uses total. Why is that 1/4? Yeah, not total. Never use total. 2/6 is 1/3. Odds in favor and odds against. You're comparing, Jeremy, what is and what isn't. Okay? Never use total. Alyssa. No. No. It's not as hard as I'd made that chapter. Nope. Annalise.
Can you tell us what chapter the bonus is going to be from?
Possibly. Let me think about it. No, if I tell you, I'll tell you Monday. Okay, so there are still some things that I want to review on Monday, including I'm going to go over the surface area and volume formulas, and then there were a couple other things you guys mentioned yesterday. Is there anything else that you thought about, Annalise? Okay, actually, I'm giving you that right now. Yes, but it's really, really short. So here's what I'm going to do. I was going to use this as a warm-up on Monday, but I'd rather get right into the review game. So instead of using this as a warm-up, it will not take you long, I promise. There are 2 sides to this, okay? I just need to explain something. Okay, here's what I need to explain. Are you short one? Okay. Give me 1 second. Shh. You're short 1, Annalise. Oh, sorry, Emma. All right, listen up. On the page, Doug. I gave 1. Doug, pass that back. Briar. Okay, listen. On the part that says write down the formulas for A and B, all I want you to do is explain the proportion method for retail and wholesale, markups and discounts. So just explain, like by writing out the proportion method, what you do. One of them would be a markup, one of them would be a discount. So explain, like for P, you would subtract for one of them. For P, you would add for the other one. So explain how to use the proportion method for markups and discounts. You're finding the original price in numbers 1 through 4, okay? On the back, it's interest practice. On the back is interest practice. This was going to be Monday's warm-up, but as soon as class starts Monday, we're going to get right into this. I'm going to go over some more formulas with you, You have off Tuesday, so you have some time to kind of revisit formulas. Cumulative exam Wednesday and Thursday next week. Okay, Jeremy? That's the last week of school. You have off Monday, Memorial Day. Okay. Next week, Tuesday, is an in-service day for teachers. Questions? Donatus? Well, you guys have the luxury of having off a day. It's better than not having off. Annalise? I'll get that in a second. Write down the proportion method. Yep, but explain what to do for a markup and then explain what to do for the discount. I basically told you what to do. There's two of them, just explain. I just want you guys to kind of talk